Fear Factory has officially entered the studio to begin work on their new studio album. The current lineup of Fear Factory features founding guitarist Dino Cazares, now joined by Milo Silvestro on vocals, Tony Campos on bass, and Pete Weber on drums. It's the first new Fear Factory album in 4 years. Can they deliver on the goods? On Sunday, April 20th, Fear Factory posted a couple of photos on their socials showing Weber in the studio and included the following message. Yes, we started tracking drums yesterday for the new Fear Factory album. The majority is with the 8-string guitar tuned to 8E, 7A, 6D, 5G, 4C, 3F, 2A, 1D. It's the most Fear Factory social statement you'll ever see. This will mark the first new Fear Factory since the departure of vocalist Burton C. Their most recent album, Aggression Continuum, was released in June 2021 through Nuclear Blast Records. Although released in 2021, most of the album was actually recorded in 2017 and included performances by Cazares and Burton C. and Mike Heller. So this is very much a new era for Fear Factory, and replacing singers is often one of the most difficult processes any band can go through. But here's what Dino had to say to us last year when talking about the new lineup and making a new Fear Factory album.
So what's it like life now in Fear Factory? You've had your ups and downs and roundabouts. How are things? What's it like?
At the moment, smooth sailing, and it's been great. Everybody's on point. Pete Weber's on drums. He's sick. Came from a thrash metal band called Havoc. Killer drummer. We call him Pete the Feet. Milo Silvestro, new kid on the block. Came straight from Rome, Italy. He fucking sounds like a young Burton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day. Sounds amazing. He's probably the most musically talented than everybody else in the band. And then Tony Campos, my old friend. He's been with the band since like 2015. He comes from a band called Static X.
Yep.
So it's been my mate for 30 plus years, and it's always good to play with him, and I'm glad he's with us.
So what have you still got to do? I don't mean like this
New
afternoon.
record.
I mean
New record.
Fear Factory. You've been doing
New
this for a
record.
while.
New record with Milo Silvestro. That's what we got to do next. New record. And then conquer the world again.
Now, since the split with Burton C. it's fair to say that there's been tit for tat in the media from Dino and Burton over the split. And most recently, there were actually some significant comments from Burton about the sound of Fear Factory. And so significant that Dino actually felt the need to reply to those comments. In an interview, Burton said to Rock Hard with Phil and Tish, "I feel as a band, we locked ourselves in a box, and the label was expecting a certain sound. Certain members were expecting a certain sound, and to be honest, a lot of fans were expecting a certain sound. Releasing anything else would have been, would have been just hearsay, like, what are we doing? That doesn't sound like Fear Factory." Dino responded to this by saying, "Fear Factory didn't lock themselves in a box. We destroyed the box and evolved while maintaining a core sound. It's a choice, driven by passion, not pressure. I live, die, and regenerate Fear Factory. Loyal to the end, machines of hate." In a separate post on X, he also added, "Innovation doesn't come from following the map. It comes from redrawing it completely, revolutionizing a new path forward." So it's safe to say that Fear Factory isn't going to be dropping a pop punk album anytime soon. Although saying that,
What I want is a Fear Factory Fall Out Boy collab.
I'll do it.
Imagine that.
I'll do it, no problem. Yeah, he can sing the heavy ones.
Yeah, you get Pete Wentz
And then-
singing the clean
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah. No, he's got to do the heavier ones, the heavy vocals, and then Milo can do the melodic vocals.
Man.
Switch it up.
that would be an absolutely wild collab, and who knows, crazier things have happened. It feels like Dino is really fired up for this new album. And one of the best performing videos that we've had on our channel is another clip from the interview that we played you earlier, where Dino was talking about being pioneers in the metal scene, but without the recognition. Well, with a new lineup and a fire in the belly, who knows, perhaps that could all be about to change. For more from Prime Audio Radio, simply hit the subscribe button or listen to our radio station 24/7 at primeaudioradio.com.